Hi friends, today we're talking about diagrams for decimal multiplication with Miss Martin. So this is actually the first problem on your review work today, so we're just going to do step 1 and read it together. You'll see all the steps as we go along. Step 1, read the problem. 3 friends go to the local farmer's market. Latasha spends $3.35. Helen spends 4 times as much as Latasha. Dee spends $7.50 more than Helen. How much does Dee spend? Well, step 2 is going to sound a little familiar. Read it again and start underlining the information. Okay, so I have my marker. I'm going to start underlining. 3 friends go to the local farmer's market. Not information that helps me. Latasha spends $3.35. That helps me. Helen spends 4 times as much as Latasha. That helps me. Okay? Dee spends $7.50 more than Helen. That helps me. How much does Dee spend? Well, that's the question that I'm going to answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and circle it so I know what my end goal is. Okay? How much does Dee spend is what I actually want to know. Well, then we're going to move on to step 3. Draw a diagram. Okay, well, I am going to draw this information. Latasha spends $3.35. So, Latasha, I'm going to give her 1 box because I know how much she spent. $3.35. Helen spends 4 times as much as Latasha, so I can draw that by drawing Helen. And doing 3 boxes with that same amount. $3.35, $3.35. And then Dee spends $7.50 more than Helen. So I can draw that too. Dee, well, I'm going to draw the same thing as Helen because she has the same thing as Helen, but a little bit more. So I'm going to draw 1 extra box for her. I'm going to draw 4 boxes. Because these 3 are the same that Helen had, so those have $3.35 in them. And then her extra was $7.50 more, so that's what I'm going to put in my last box. $7.50. Okay? Now, I've got a diagram. Step 4, calculate those totals. So I'm going to look at Latasha and say, well, she only had 1 box. Latasha has $3.35. That's how much she spent. Helen, well, Helen is 1, 2, 3 times that. So $3.35 times 3. Okay? 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10, drop the 0, carry the 1, 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1, again, is 10, carry the 1, that drops down. Okay? Now, here's what we need to remember. There are 1, 2 digits in my back of my brain that need to be behind my decimal. So, 1, 2, there goes my decimal. Next, this is Helen's totals. Helen spent $10.05. So, now I want to talk about Dee. Dee spent $7.50 more than Helen. So, Dee is going to take, I'm going to take this number that Helen had, $10.05, and I'm going to add that little bit of extra, $7.50. Make sure that when you're adding those decimals, your decimals line up, okay? Only when you're adding and subtracting. All right, and then I just add down. 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 5 is also 5. Dot, 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 drop the decimal. 0 plus 7 is 7. And that 1 plus nothing is going to drop right down. Dee spent $17.55. Okay? If you do these 4 steps, you should be totally fine. Now, when you become a little bit more advanced, it's going to be a little bit easier to skip the diagram, and that's okay. But as long as you're doing step 1, reading the problem, doing step 2, finding that information, And then even if you skip step 3 and you go straight to step 4 and you start calculating those totals, you should have the correct answers. Just make sure you're pulling out the correct information and that your comparisons match up. All right, thanks so much. Good luck with the homework tonight.